back to the channel, everybody. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Okay, I'm making sure it works. Today, I'm going to be restarting, as I mentioned previous times before. I'm restarting my Fallout New Vegas guide. We are doing a guide on Fallout New Vegas on hardcore. All factions, all DLCs, which means I'm going to do the DLCs 16 times. Four factions, 4 times each. So right here, make sure you check your download. I'm making sure I check everything beforehand while I'm streaming also. So I have a physical copy with all the DLCs. However, I'm going to mention something that's very important. I think it's Old World Blues does not work correctly if you have the disc, which I have. It's if like you go to GameStop, you buy the 360 of New Vegas with all the DLCs. It's called the Ultimate Edition. It includes Dead Money, Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, Lots of Road, Gunrunner's Arsenal, and Courier Stash. Old World Blues, if I'm not mistaken, this happened to me, does not work correctly, so you have to buy it separately. Make sure it's the 360 version. It's most likely to be 360 version. Make sure of that. That's very important. So I'm going to be explaining a bunch of things over time. I'm going to be talking a lot. There's a lot of things that, even though the mechanics are basically easy, you have there's a lot of things that could go wrong. We're playing on also hardcore, so I'm going to explain what hardcore is. I'm going to jump right in. I don't really want to talk. I played the game multiple times already, but I'm going to be talking over everything, explaining everything in detail, pathing, depending what faction you play, what missions, basically, all of that. I'm going to explain it.
You're awake.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy.
So you may ask, what is hardcore?
Days now.
Hardcore.
Why don't you just relax a second? Get your
Puts the
bearings.
game on difficulty very hard, but then hardcore is separately added. Think of it as like Halo. Lasso.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but
let me restart that because, well, just remember this game is also 360, so it's not gonna.
Now, I hope
when you put your name as a character, it's not gonna be. It's gonna put. So you may have seen this screen go out on Twitch. It does that because it takes you put your name like the 360 bar, so it takes it out. Think of hardcore as like Halo, like you put on legendary, it's legendary, but ASO, all skulls on, is the skulls added. That's what hardcore is basically. It has it's unique properties in hardcore that you wouldn't normally get if you played on very hard or easy or whatever. How can I do this? I customized this before. So.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered.
Hardcore adds multiple difficulties that makes the game harder and much scarier.
We can get you on your
and it's much easier to kill yourself depending on what weapons you might use.
Good.
Alright, so
why don't you walk down
one of the first things you're going to do, I recommend this highly, is you're supposed to go over to the bigger machine. It's your own unique version of a special place, like getting your special stats. Right. So there's a bunch of stuff we're gonna take in this area. We cannot take this gun yet. I don't have a repair 25. You do, we can do that. Right here is a chemistry set. You can use some of these in the game, but you need a size 25 for that. I think I need to change my controls a little bit. So we're gonna take everything around you. You can. This is not technically stealing. You would not get in trouble for it because you're just basically beginning.
We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
So hardcore adds things like realistic things. So it adds dehydration, limb condition. You need sleep. Everything's actually much more dangerous. For example, if like 5 out of your 6 limbs get destroyed, basically red, because there's a meter, that can kill you, if I'm not mistaken, just by doing that. Because all 5 limbs are not all five. I got 6 limbs. I'm pretty sure that's happened to me actually once. You need to be very careful of that. So yeah, sleep, dehydration, limb damage. It also makes enemies very, like, you could die much easier and much more nastier, depending on what you're fighting. Oh, stim packs don't heal over time. It's not like, let's use an example. Say a stim pack gives you like 10 bars of health. Like you see the bars on your health bar on the bottom left. Say it gives you 10 health bars. And when you're doing hardcore, it over time. So it's like you take a stim pack, you get 3 seconds of heal, basically something like that. So you need to be very careful about what you're fighting. Know what you're fighting. I'm going to explain everything much more. Let's do this real quick. We're going to be doing this. I'm actually going to go all the way to the end. Your special stats do matter. Everyone does a different special stat thing, but I do mine's very different. What I do, for me personally, is I keep everything at 5, and then I have 5 points left. You can do it your own way if you want to, but it affects every time you switch around every stat thing. It just changes it. It does its own thing. All right. There's also some other stuff in this game that's going to be very important. It has to do with endurance. In this game, there is implants. This game has about a total of I think it was not. I think it's about 15 implants. I think I'm pretty sure I'm wrong on that. There's implants in this game. You do need an endurance of like, I think about maybe 8. I think. But they cost caps. All implants combined together is about 50,000 caps. Old World Blues has 5 different, I think, is it 5? Old World Blues has about 4 different implants. They're very unique. I recommend keeping them. But those are DLCs. Those are something else we're going to be doing. They are just as different. But I'm going to spread my points to strength, perception, the 5 points I have left. You say charisma and luck. Well, no. Just special. It's just the strength, perception, endurance, charisma, and intelligence. In this game, it does give you a little description of what each one does. Intelligence is for one of the most important things, like science and their point systems. The point after you get kills, basically.
Yeah, that's a pretty
Um,
standard score there, but after what you've been through,
all
I'd
that.
say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you
We're all,
nothing a bit
like I
of a
mentioned, we're
drop.
doing all factions and all
What do you
DLCs.
say
We're
you
gonna be
take a
doing
seat in my
NCR,
couch as I
Legion,
go through a couple of questions with
Mr.
you?
House, and
See if the
Yes
dogs
Man.
are still barking.
They'll have their own different quests and all that. Um,
All right.
we're going to be doing NCR first.
But I guess
What else?
I don't have nothing to...
All right, skills. So you could pick up the 3 skills you want to go up by. I think that's 15. I think that's 15. Um, no, 32, right? So that's, yeah, it is 4. That's 15. Um, I'm pretty sure. No, I got it probably wrong. Uh, Something like that. Probably more than that. Actually, yeah, it's 15. Personally, I always choose lockpick, medicine, and science. You could choose whatever you think you want, but for me, I'm a jack of all trades. I'm probably gonna be in the long run using longer range weapons. I would say assault rifle to a sniper, like so my 2 main weapons I'm going to be using. So guns would be important, but I'm going to choose my lockpick, medicine, and science. Also, in this run, I was going to do this differently. I was going to do it from a different section after I unlocked most of the locations in the game. I was going to do the guide, but then I said, let's me start from the beginning. It's better to start from the beginning. Excuse me.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history.
We're going to be doing
Just
every
a
single
formality.
NCR quest in the
Ain't
game.
like I expect to find you got a family
Basically, every
history of
single
getting
one,
shot
even
in
the
the
ones
head.
you may have never heard of. Right here is something important for the traits. Be careful what you choose. The traits. Most of them are probably good. I usually go for Wireless Land to have the funny stuff. Also, Wireless Land, you can get your new weapons, but probably don't do that. The 2 skills I would say you should get is skilled and good natured. The reason for that you get for good nature you get +5 to barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech. And then skilled gives you 5 more points to every single one. What I'm going to do is this is what I do is I take every single perk and I level up everything as even as possible. So like every perk will be like, let's say an example will be 30 points each. Every skill is 30, so everything is evened out. That's the way I would do it. That's just me. So I would say good natured and skilled would be the most better ones to get. Every single one is different. Keep in mind when you do get the DLCs also, you get 20 added to your level system so that you can go up to level 50. Keep in mind, you only could use 25 perks in the game because every 2 levels is a perk. But you do perks and skills. Keep that in mind. But there's also in this game other unique perks in the game that you may have never heard of or you don't know about. I'm gonna try to do it. If I don't, sorry about that. I don't really remember anything about this game, but we'll learn as we go, right? We are going to be getting unique weapons in the game. Exclusively, we're going to be going for unique weapons and armor. Unique weapons and armor are much better, I would say, than depending on what you get. Just a regular gun. However, it's going to be expensive. Here. Right here is the thing for hardcore. It says it right here. In this, there's some things that I mentioned, but I'll explain it here. Hardcore. Stim packs heal over time. Not like giving you, like, you take 3 stim packs and your whole bar is filled up immediately. So you might have to take like 10, let's say maybe 10 stim packs. So like keep adding it up. Broken limbs cannot be healed by stim packs. You have to see a doctor. This is very important. Make sure you get doctor's bags. Radaway, same thing as stim packs, takes radiation over time. Ammunition now has weight. That's very important. Ammunition now has weight. Dehydration happens more. Basically everything in this game will kill you easily and adding realistic stuff. Let me make sure. Hardcore mode is on. Also, right here is a doctor bag by the bed you were on. Make sure you take that. I missed that. So let's look at the map real quick. Vegas's map is somewhat really big. So we're gonna while I'm talking about while I'm explaining the game, I'm going to be explaining a lot. One of the first things while I'm talking to you guys is I'm going to be walking around the map, unlocking locations. Why talking to you guys? The reason is every time I do, so when I go to do the 3 next factions, I do not want to restart the whole guide again from the beginning of the game where you have to put your name in and everything. So, also, we got the markers for the DLCs. The Canyon Wreckage is Lonesome Road. Mojave Drive-In is Old World Blues. Northern Passage is Honest Hearts. And we're going to get another one soon about the Sierra Madre. That is Dead Money, which is arguably the worst DLC. There we go, Sierra Madre thing, whatever. Like I mentioned, we're doing the NCR first. I'm going to explain every single location we unlock, which has NCR quest. There's also a secret ending in the game that many people actually don't probably know about. There's a secret ending. It involves being evil. I will not be doing that because it involves going to Dead Money. And so that's not going to happen. One of the first places you're going to unlock is the Good Spring Cemetery. And right here is going to be a snow globe. Make sure you pick up the snow globe. There's going to be more snow globes in the game. I think a total of 7 snow globes. Plus, there's going to be 4 snow globes for each DLC, which are in their own area. Now, right now, we're going to be doing something very dangerous. This is basically the northwest north wait, this is the easiest way to get to Vegas. However, this place has Cazadors and Deathclaws. I'm going to be showing it right here on stream. I'm going to make a double save. I always do that because sometimes a save can corrupt easily. Save 917. I accidentally, I erased a bunch of saves. So, yeah. Now, we also got some weapons because this is hotkeying. I'm on a controller, so it's right bumper and D-pad down for me. It's not going to be the same for you. Also in this game, there's weapon repair kits to repair your current weapon. I would say save those for a much dangerous time in the game. If you're in a DLC, so 3 out of the 4 DLCs, you cannot leave until you complete that DLC. That's a very important thing. The only DLC you can come in and out of is Lonesome Road. So, we're gonna go more to the left side, actually. Also, you may notice what I'm going to be teabag. What I'm going to be doing is like a teabag motion. You may ask, what is that? So, if you know about Fallout games, you played some, or maybe this is your actually first time playing Vegas, and you want to do hardcore immediately. Yes, you never played the game, know nothing, right? There's a hidden bar on top. You see hidden. There's 3 modes for it: hidden, caution, and danger. Hidden is the color you make. Caution's red. It's red right now because there's Cazadors below me. And I don't have a high stealth and stuff, so no, I'm there. I'm going to blow up these Cazadors because they are actually they can kill you. They can one-tap you. These are winged and the pricks. That's a word I'm going to use, pricks. Explosives in this game, you need to be very careful with explosives. They can kill you just as easily because right now I'm a low level, so if I hit myself, I'll probably one-tap myself. What else? This is the closest way to get to Vegas, but it is actually one of the most dangerous early locations in the game. Keep that in mind. I'm using the grenade launcher rounds to soften up the Cazadors, basically. If you can take out the Cazadors' wings, that's actually beautiful because they fly, and if they walk, they can't do... They can still kill you, they catch you, but they can't fly. They're not happy with it right now. Like that. That killed me, as you see right there. All right, so I'm going to be talking about some other stuff. I need to talk about it because it's very imperative to the guide. So let me talk about the factions. So we're doing NCR first. Like I mentioned, NCR have their own unique quest. I'm going to be doing a majority to all NCR quest lines There's mandatory things you need to do with each faction. With the NCR, you have to deal with some other factions. These are minor factions in New Vegas that you have to deal with the NCR. Vice versa with every single other faction, like main factions. You have to do it no matter what. It's basically the only way to get to the ending of the game. So with the NCR, we're going to be dealing with the Great Khans, the Kings. The Great Khans are over here. Let me show you on the map. It's up here, around here, where I'm circling. At Red Rock Canyon. The Kings are in Freeside, which is basically the place you don't have to pay to get into Vegas. They're basically on the the outskirts of the main Vegas Strip. You have to deal with the Brotherhood of Steel, which are around here next to Black Mountain, somewhere. There's also another one you don't have to deal with them. It's not mandatory, but they're called the Enclave Remnants. They exist in the game. There's a very specific quest line you have to go for. But we can do that. We can do it for money. Oh, I don't think you get money from it. It's just a little side quest thing. It's not mandatory. What is that behind me? A scorpion. What else? There's also a bunch of little side quests you could do for each other there's side quests for the NCR, not like mainline story quest lines. We're also be doing that, like I mentioned. Oh, I'm stuck on the rock. Yep, I'm stuck on the rock. Like radio messages. We're gonna do a quest line for radio messages that need to be updated in every single camp, basically. Output with like miniature little outputs. Let's think of it that way. Or fixing the power of Helios 1. But the thing is also, we're going to be helping those other factions, and I'm going to explain that more in detail right now. Like say there's two ways to deal with the Great Khans that has to do with the NCR quest line, but they're vastly different. Basically, you have to deal with the Great Khans. What you can do is do an alliance, basically an alliance, a neutral agreement between the Khans and the NCR. I'm going to be doing that. Or you can kill the leader of the Great Khans and he gets replaced. Or you can just go to the Great Khans and completely wipe them out. We're going to be doing the first option, not the second. I personally always do that. But you need a high speech check. And also, it's very important what we do with that because we're going to be helping we're going to save basically 4 other people that are with the Great Khans. They're like their advisors, basically. And we're going to break up the alliance between the Legion and the Great Khans, and we're going to align them with the NCR, but they're basically just going to leave. Like, you can tell them what to do. Same thing, actually, with the Kings. The Kings, you can get a favor with the Kings, but do not take that favor, because if you take it, what's going to happen to the Kings is they're just going to get killed off by NCR by basically a platoon of NCR troops in the building. They just get wiped out. So keep that in mind. So we're going to do that. That's a lot. Another example. Actually, I'm going to talk about unique weapons now. Like I mentioned, we're going to be going for um, unique weapons in the game. This game has a vast, unique variety of unique weapons, and we're going to be getting some early ones that are very actually powerful. Also unique armor. We're also going to be getting unique armor also as fast as possible. This is why one of the things I want to do first is work with. I want to do, well, you have to do quest lines to basically get most of the unique items, or you can just find them out in the wasteland somewhere. But they're all in very specific locations. I'll be showing that probably today, depending what happens. Probably because we're going to be looking for all the locations. Don't poison me. That is rude. Don't do it. I managed to make it over here kind of safely. I have to be very careful because there's death claws around. For example, we're gonna get an NCR. It's a NCR recon beret. It gives you 5+ to critical chance. That is from a simple. It's actually like a simple quest line. So one of the first things we can actually do. I wouldn't say it was one of the first because we're gonna be getting it's a gun runner's arsenal. Well, there's actually a variant of there's a gun runner's arsenal variant. Oh, it's an anti-material rifle, basically a 50 caliber. You can add 3 different parts to it: a suppressor, carbon fiber parts, and that's Deathclaw behind me. I get hit by his feet, and he did not swing at me, which is very lucky. He's actually trying to come get me. He can actually come get me if he really wanted to right now. He's doing. He's working on it. That's why I said this place is dangerous. I'm gonna try to sneak out of here. It's not impossible. It's annoying, and you're not doing that. You can come kill me, actually. Any of their buddies can actually come kill me, because I'm no longer on, like... I'm playing a very dangerous game, because I am actually... Alright, so... I'm gonna save here. It might not be the best save, but... Because you have to be very careful. I would say try to follow a path I'm taking, and we're gonna book it. If you feel like you're safe enough. We're gonna book it right across. Stay to the right. No matter what you do, stay to the right side towards the road. But be very careful and pay attention to where you are. The town next to us has people with guns. They are most likely going to see you no matter what, and they're going to attack you. They will attack you no matter what, but you have to be very careful. Try to be aware of your area, your situation around you. I would say you could just go up these mountains probably, if you can. I think you're pretty sure you can. So yeah, anyway, that's basically almost about it with those are geckos. That's an issue. They saw me. They're fire geckos too. They are very dangerous. Actually, geckos in this game are actually very dangerous. Depending on the gecko you fight. Because they can just demolish you. They also have melee attacks, so... Go on a site, please. I think I just counted maybe 9 seconds I've gotten health. I got 9 bars of health and the whatever. Might have been 3 seconds, or I don't know how they count it. It's very different. Okay, jump down here. You can do that in the game. Be very careful. I just kind of jump glitched off a rock. It's not a glitch really. Out of bounds. There's out of bounds everywhere. That didn't kill me, luckily enough. I was very lucky. Oh, well, you could probably do that mostly. I want to say mostly anywhere, but you know, we did it. Now we're what else? What else? These are bisons. Stay away from them. The kids won't attack you. They're blue. The red ones are the adults, and if you get too close, they'll actually attack you. Or if you're too close and they're giving you a warning to go away, they'll eventually attack you, if I'm not mistaken. And as I mentioned, one of the locations we need to unlock is Red Rock Canyon. This is important. Right here, when you're heading towards Red Rock Canyon, you notice a house. There's a basement door in the back of it, actually. That is a Great Khan trading post, basically. We cannot talk to them because we have, I think you need reputation with the Great Khans. So there's that. Or like the Great Khans basically know you. That's how it is. I would say it's unlock every single location in the game. Do it. I said it's one of the first things you need to do. So you could just fast travel anywhere. It's much more easier. Almost like Far Cry games where there's outposts and stuff. Fast travel to wherever you need to go. It's much closer to fast travel there, and then you can just walk. So walking across the whole map. Something like that. What else can I talk about? Crafting, actually. Crafting is a very important thing in this game. In Fallout New Vegas, it's the only Fallout game that I know that has unique variants of bullets. I don't think you could craft everything in every single bullet in the game. However, there's different bullet variants, but also ammo. You can craft ammo in this game. But depending on what you're crafting, you need very specific things. I'm going to be showing you it's called like a gun bench or something like that. I don't remember the name. But you can't craft your own ammo in stim packs. But you need different materials. There's also perks, which whenever I level up again for perks, I'm going to show you perks that I would say you should take. But then everybody is different. Because everybody, for example, say you want to do melee weapons only, or you want to do maybe like shotguns only. There's different perks for each item. There's different builds. Mine's is a jack of all trades build. So there's Vegas right there. Also, something also right now is, like I mentioned, being aware of your locations. This strip right here is fiends. Fiends are basically just a bunch of junkies with guns and melee weapons. But when you do go to work, if you take the path I did, which I would say is pretty safe right now, it's actually pretty safe. There is some enemies along my way, but we're avoiding them as much as possible. Stay away from the trailers right there to your left side, depending where you're looking. There are fiends over there. That's a gecko. I just got here. You need to leave me alone. I literally just got here. I will destroy you. This thing will probably kill me because it's one enemy. He's trying to kill me and he did not do well. I think the guy is probably just there. No matter what. Right there is a Nopa cave. That cave actually leads to vault. It leads to a vault. It's one of the two locations to get into a vault. Well, that vault. I don't know the nut vault, but the vault entrance, the other vault entrance is over here. However, right here in this thing I'm circling is Deathclaw Quarry. That's a whole quarry of Deathclaws. Don't go that way. It's a very bad idea, especially on level 1. You can actually pass through Deathclaw Quarry to get past to get like to New Vegas. Not impossible. It's just as equally dangerous. As equally dangerous to do. Um, so Red Rock Canyon is one of the locations you need for the NCR. It's a mandatory quest line. Nopa's Cave is optional. Um, I'm gonna do saves here. I'm gonna make sure I save because um, hang on. Oh, okay, we're good. I'm gonna listen to Spotify music while I do this, but you can't hear it. Samson Rock Crushing Plant is optional for a quest line we're going to do later on. Is it a landmine in front of me? Oh, that is something I need to mention very carefully. Be very careful where you step in a certain parts of the world. This is Fiend territory. They have landmines. Landmines hurt. They have traps around here. Be very like I don't know all the locations they have traps, but there's traps around here. They're those types. They have traps, not all the time, but sometimes. Um, Mines would destroy me in this early in the game. They will absolutely just kill me. Are we level up? And we'll be talking about perks now. So, like I mentioned, I'm going to be basically leveling up all my perks to be even. So 17 is the lowest. So I'm gonna make all my 17s now 18s. So I can add 2 more skill points right now. I'm going to go sneak actually. I'll put 1 point into sneak and 1 point into I say guns actually. Alright, so let's talk about the perks. You only can choose 25 perks in the game. Every single perk in this game depends on which perk it is. It depends on the perk. It depends on your level, what skills, or your special stats. Basically, some of them are almost like, let's say Black Widow. Black Widow is definitely one of the 25 perks that I would say is you should have. I'm playing as a female character. So each perk gives, depending on the perk, gives you unique stuff. So Black Widow is one of the 25 perks I would say is a must-have. You do 10% damage against male opponents, but in this game you'll mostly be fighting male. I think you'll most likely be fighting males, but there's females you can fight also. But I think it's more male than female. but it's pretty even in this game where you depending where you go. So it's good. It's whatever. But 10% again, 10% damage against male opponents, and if you're not in combat in a certain quest line and it's a male, you have unique dialogue with a male that you wouldn't get normally. Very unique. Sharia la Femelle is basically the same. However, it's for females. Second perk, I would say, is a must have. 10% damage against female opponents. And outside combat, you'd have different dialogue options while dealing with the same sex, females. Sorry if I'm coughing. I would say one of them is Swift Learner. Take that. I would say maybe it's the first one you should take. That's 3 out of 25, so 22 more to go. Retention. Also, if you haven't noticed, some perks actually have ranks. So you have so you'll say you wanted to use intense training to pump up all your special stats. You only can do it 10 times. So the requirement is just level 2, but you have to be ranked. The requirement 10, but not 10. Sorry. The requirement is level 2. That's all you need. You just pump that out. Ranks. Every single perk has their own ranks. So you only can take Black Widow once. You only can take Shirley Lemon once. Retention once. Now, this is something about New Vegas that's very important. There's skill magazines. Skill magazines, however, are not permanent in Fallout New Vegas. They are temporary. So I would say this is very important. This is what I say is collect all the skill books in the game. And whenever you have to, let's say, level up, don't spam skill books because once you take a skill book, it gives you that temporary, like say 10 points towards medicine. So like for example, as you see, I'm leveling up all of my I'm leveling up all of my skills. So if I know if I kill an enemy, that kill is going to give me enough XP to level up. I take the books before I take, let's say, the perk I want, but it needs like say 40 medicine. I take that book, I get the XP, and I can now unlock it because I have that that 10 from the book. This is also useful if you're in a situation where you need speech, if you need speech to talk to someone, or you're doing a quest where it requires you need to have it speech checks you. Like, oh, first you need like let's say 25 guns. Oh, now you need 35 guns, but now you need 45 guns. There's a quest line like that we're going to be doing for an NCR. I'm going to show you. Um, so ranks, you could only take Swift Learner for 3 times. So this is the first time, and I'm going to do it twice. Um, Depending on the perk you want, like this is the Apple Shining Armor. You need 20 repair, 70 science. I don't have that. It's not a level. This one's not level locked. Some perks are not level locked. This one just repair and science. Science 70, repair 20. I don't have that. Well, I have repair 20, I think, but actually, I don't think I do. But science 70, not going to happen for a long time. This right here, mandatory. This is definitely mandatory on hardcore. Instead of wasting caps on basically ammo, junk rounds, you need Lux 6 and repair 45. That's a mandatory. I'm going to say that's a mandatory one. If you wear a light armor, I'm going to be using power armor, by the way. Um, This is like if you use weapons that be thrown, like grenades and stuff. Like grenades, I think. Um, Definitely take rapid reload. Comprehension will go with retention, basically. Retention is the bonuses from the books last time is 3 times as long. I don't know how long they actually last. I actually don't know, but I know it can go away fast. Um, Hello there. Um, Comprehension basically double the bonuses from reading magazines. So like I think that gives you like 20. Oh, like now you get like 20 points to our medicine temporarily. I don't know the character from my profile picture on my Twitch account. I got it off like people post art. I like I don't know it, but I don't remember. I actually don't know. Um, Here's the educated perk. You get 2 more skill points every time you advance in a level. Uh, let's see here. It's recommended you take this early on. It happens. It's unlocked at level 4. So when I get level 4, I can get that. I would recommend getting this early on as well. So that's like I think I showed like 5 perks. Um, Travel light perk. I would say you can get that, but it depends on the what are you doing. I think travel light would work on dead money because dead money really has like light armor. There's no power armor in dead money. I actually do need to explain the DLC. Actually, I'll be doing that. You do run 10% faster. Um, this go for bloody mess. You get basically 5% extra damage with every single weapon, which could just boost the weapon to like demolish things. Um, Followers actually can't die in hardcore mode, by the way. Normally, like it would take a long time for followers to die in the game, but in hardcore they could just die. This is bad for dead money, for example. No, my art, my profile picture is not custom art. It's just like those people who post like art on social media. Um, let's see here. I recommend taking hand loader is one of the things as a but you need repair 70. Um, if you love shotguns, this is perfect for you. Shotgun surgeon. You ignore basically 10 points of a target's damage threshold. So in this game, this is something unique. There is damage threshold. Every single armor has it, I think, to a degree. Uh, Depending on the armor you're using, I'm going to be using POW armor, by the way, which I need to work with a brother to steal. POW armor. So, yeah, I'm going for T51 power, T51B POW armor. If you want this one, I would say professional if you want it. Um, Sneak attack criticals with pistols and revolvers and submachine guns do 20% more damage. Um, I would say take toughness. If you like cowboy stuff, I would say go for the cowboy perk. This one I would say definitely go for is called Grunt. You do 25% more damage with a 9mm 45 auto, SMG service rifles, assault and marksman carbines, LMGs, grenades, grenade launchers, basically all that. I would say good living anatomy, definitely one of them. Pack rat, definitely take that. Quick draw, rad resistance. Um, this actually would be a good perk to have Stonewall. You can get knocked out in this game. You're gonna get knocked down to the ground and just absolutely demolished. I would recommend taking Strong back. This would be a good perk actually. Stay back with a shotgun. It would be nasty. Um, this perk is actually I would say, very useful. Um, this perk would actually be very useful in this game because, for example, I'm going to be doing an NCR. I'm not going to fight the Brotherhood, but I'll be fighting the Legion. And in this game, actually, there's hunting parties. I'm going to explain that because, so in this game, if you become enemies with the NCR or the Legion, they send parties to come attack you. Only NCR Legion does it. They'll send a party of 4 people to attack you. They have guns and stuff. They would demolish you. I would try not to piss off the Legion early on. I hope I don't. Um, take this. This is finesse, basically equivalent 5 points of luck. Take that. Here and now, if you want to, you have misfortune. You also have this mysterious stranger. This is Mr. Sandman. You can kill people in their sleep if you want to. Um, I would say get Nerd Rage to help boost your stuff. I would say alertness is good. Fast metabolism is very important. Definitely take heavyweight depending on your build. Um, take life giver. Get long haul. So you can fast travel in this game, but if you're over conumbered, basically the you carrying too much. Like say I can carry 100, and the most you can carry in this game is probably like 220. I think that's wrong actually. But say I get to like 221 pound weight, I can no longer fast travel. With long haul, you can fast travel. Take long haul. Um, get adamantium skeleton. Um, jury rigging. Jury rigging is a good perk, but be very careful with your repair and jury rigging. Like I mentioned, we're going for unique weapons. Some unique weapons are the same. Basically, jury rigging, you could just like mask different weapons to fix weapons. Be very careful with jury rigging. And accidentally, if you don't care about the weapon, you go ahead and do it. But I recommend not. Be very careful not to jury rig one of your unique weapons or armor. Light step is definitely a take. Take light step so you don't anything just to blast you to oblivion. Um, I would say take Action Girl, maybe. I would say take better criticals. I would say this is very dangerous, probably meltdown, probably depending on what you kill. Tag, definitely take tag. It raises your points by 15. Weapon handling, I'm going to explain that more. Weapon handling is for every weapon has a strength requirement. Every single weapon. Uh, I would say for Infiltrator, don't take that. Probably just save, pre-save. Make sure you save. Walker Instinct could be important. Um, I would say Eye from Eve. Eye for an Eye is good. Um, well, depending what you do. I say a ninja could work if you use a melee. Um, Dam's good eating, probably, definitely. Irritating Beauty pertains to hardcore mode. It actually has a part for hardcore. You won't regain health, but you lose 100 rads if you're heavily irritated. Probably good to have that. Laser weapons. I don't really use laser weapons in this game, actually. Voracious Reader can actually be good for Old War Blues because you can make more books. Uh, some of these perks are actually like from the DLCs. DLCs actually have their own perks. Oh, this is Burden to Bear that stacks with Strong Back. Take that. That's basically it for the perks. Basically, um, that's it. Basically for the perks. That's basically an explanation. I don't know how long I was talking, but I'm gonna take Swift Learner. My DS, which I'm assuming is Discord. I have a Discord. It's in my channel. Who is that? That's an NCR Ranger. That's a trooper. Don't mind them. Right here is Camp McCarran. It has a tower. You can't. Oh, that's not good. Let's. Oh, I don't want to really fight you. That's not happening. There's loot over there though. There's loot. I ain't fighting them though. This is Camp McCarran. This has multiple quest lines in it. And actually, I can teach you guys how to get your first unique weapon. I don't think I have a high enough science level, I think it is, to actually get it for... Yeah, I think. Oh... I might. I might actually have it. I'm going to try to show you guys how to get the first unique weapon in the game. Well, one of the many unique weapons you can get early access to in the game. You have to do a very specific thing. I'm pretty sure it's science. Well, I think it's science 25 or something like that for a computer. Or this computer, depending on the computer you hack.
Evening.
You see that guy by the door? It's not him we have to talk to. I'll show you. So you go all the way. You go all the way to the back. Went to the front entrance, as you see. Now we're in the concourse. You go all the way back down over here to this left side. Now you could also do it from the outside if you go around to the back. Go to the supply shack. Supply shack. I think I can do it here. I think. All right, I can't. I need a signs of 50. We'll come back to that later. I'll explain to you more later. So basically, I'll explain actually right now. I'm going to show it anyway. You hack the computer, you download the weapon list basically on it, and you have to give it to another NCR person, and they give you a unique M1 Grand called this machine. It's a unique variant of M1 Grand. It's actually a very good weapon. It shoots 308. Pretty lethal weapon. Pretty lethal weapon.
Hello.
I'm going to fast travel to the front. Actually, weapon requirements. I'm actually going to talk about that. Remember I mentioned how weapons have strength requirements? So let's use the weathered pistol, for example. The weathered pistol requires a strength of 4 to use. I have a strength of 6. So any weapon above 6, it won't be used properly. For example, you see how my gun's a little shaky, but I'm aiming perfectly down. No swift. The gun's not. Basically, the gun's not swaying all over like the person never shot a gun before. They'll like sway. The gun be swaying like left and right. That's basically the weapon handling. Someone was playing music outside. Hopefully, it's not heard a stream. Hopefully not. NCR sharecropper performance. I think there's a deal. I think there's a thing here. Alright. I'm pretty sure that's the gun runners right in front of me. Alright, so the gun runners. As I mentioned, I have the gun runners arsenal. This is the one located. This is the best. Oh, it's called a reloading bench. So this is a reloading bench. I'll talk about this first. You can make your own ammunition. So right here, let's use a 308 round. Say I have this machine, the gun I mentioned. It's one of the first. I'm gonna say probably top five free weapons, the free unique weapons you can basically get out of the gate in the first like 3 hours, maybe. Say I want 308 rounds. The gun uses 308. Right here for 308, you need a repair of 25. I'm good. The only thing you need is basically you need 308 casings, lead, powder rifle, 5, and a primer large rifle, 1. 17 lead, 1 casing. That is what you need to make each round. So basically, the more that's how much you need to make like a round. I think it's just for a round, something like that. Actually, I think it gives you more basically, but I can't remember exactly. But that's an example right there. Say I have to fit the anti-material rifle, which shoots 50 mg rounds. I need 50 mg primer, 1, 22 powder rifle, 70 lead, and 1 casing. So this is how you do that. There's also some shots in here you make different rounds. 12 gauge, like coin shot, which uses Legion Daenerys. It's vastly different depending on the ammo type you need to make. Like 12.7, there is a gun in Honest Hearts that shoots 12.7. So, but you need to repair 60. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, basically. This is everything. Something requires science, guns, or repair. I think it's mostly repair, science, and guns. That's that.
Welcome, sir.
The gun we're going to be going for. Also, notice the guns are different. Be careful what part. Like, if you want to add attachments, Fallout New Vegas is the only Fallout game I know that has gun attachments. Well, technically Fallout 4 has, but it's different in Vegas. It's unique to itself. We're going to be going right here. One of the first guns we're going to be getting is the anti-material rifle. It's a strength of 8, so keep that in mind. It weighs 20 pounds, strength 8, costs basically 8,000 caps. It's a pretty good gun though. It has attachments. This machine, the gun we're going for, is basically a battle rifle. I have 6. I think this machine is 6 strength, so it's fine. Gun arsenal weapons are not cheap, by the way. It's not impossible to get out this much caps, but it's something. This example right here is weapon attachments. Each one is different. Like there's a 357 Magnum revolver cylinder. I will say this, however. If you have enough caps and you get, I will say one of the first things you could do in this game is also get your caps up. Get your barter up. Get your barter up. Save as much caps as you can. Get barter. Make your own ammo. What you could do is buy weapon upgrades for the guns or weapons, and then keep the weapon, keep repairing the weapon to mint condition. Basically, when the higher repair is, with attachments, the gun be more expensive. So, like for a 44 Magnum, it has a heavy frame and a short scope, which are basically like 3,000 caps for both parts right now. Plus, if you get a gun, you get a 44 Magnum, do that. 10mm suppressor. Even the attachments could be gun arsenal attachments. And look at this. The custom bolt increases the rate of fire for the anti-material rifle. You got a suppressor. And here's the powder. They're pretty cheap. This is a good way to sell weapons. This is a very good way, not by just putting attachments to. So there's that.
I don't handle buying.
Gun arsenal. So that's the gun runner's arsenal. That's a very important location. That's where I mostly get my ammo. Right there is Camp McCarran to our right. That's I would say that's not really mandatory to the story, but we're gonna be doing crazy different quest lines to get stuff. So, yeah. Ugh. Right here is the New Vegas Medical Clinic. That is where you go to get implants, the main implants in the game. Getting up here is actually dangerous. I'm gonna go try to unlock. This is the boomers. They're surrounded by artillery. They shoot at you immediately. Those are Brahmin that will attack. Well, not really a threat. The boomers is one of the factions you actually need for the main quest line for NCR. Basically, the same thing for the Legion. They'll be on your side. So whenever you attack, they'll attack. They have their own crazy quest line. Do it. And if you have the Wild Wasteland perk, there's actually a unique perk you can actually get. A unique weapon over here you can actually get if you have the Wild Wasteland. I'm going to try to do this as early as possible, but it's very dangerous.
Whoa there, pal. Whoa.
Alright, so this is very important. At this sign, stay right behind it. Make sure you're looking at it and make sure you save. Make sure you save. And we do a double save just in case something bad happens. To get to boomers, there's multiple. I think there's a second way actually. I think there's a rail tunnel you can enter from the side over here that leads you to the right side, basically. Like, yeah, something like that. It leads you like to here somewhere. Or actually, I think it's this tunnel. That's a train track, definitely. It leads you like to there, like here. So like it's over there somewhere. But that place is this side is dangerous. Right here, we're going to be running towards the enemy base, but this is very dangerous. Stay to the left side. You have to hug the left side. Now, it's not, don't run entirely fast like that. It's a timing. This one's time-based, actually. That almost killed me. You probably won't get this first try, but it's not impossible. You can actually get knocked out. First try. See, you can get this first try, but you also can get killed. I did get hit by a shell closely. It almost killed me. Basically, once you get to like a certain point, they'll stop firing because they won't shoot at their own gates. Makes sense. And this is Nellis Air Force Base.
Hold it right there. But I had used...
I'll take this from here. I'm Raquel, Master-at-Arms for the Nellis homeland. Mother Pearl, our eldest, wishes to speak to you.
Welcome, child. I've been... You have to keep in... Seclude. My youngers. You're that... You pick... Raquel could use help.
Hey.
So, this is the boomers. We're going to do multiple quests for them. Well, there's also an important item over here. Right here in this locker is Colonel Blacklist key in the inventory transfer order. We need that. That's going to be for another Vault 34. Vault 34 is actually a very dangerous place. So, yeah. So, this is for our locker, and also there's a side quest for there's a side quest with a companion. There's a companion quest actually that has to do with Vault 34.
Hey.
Oh, there's another perk in this game called Child at Heart. Child at Heart. I think I don't know if I saw it actually. I think it's in. I'm pretty sure it's in this game anyway. We will be going for that. Also, so this the boomers. We have quest lines for them. There's multiple quest lines for them, different. So, one that requires helping patients, and I think the highest medicine need is about 60 medicine. I don't have 60, so we'll be working on that. There's the boomers. Now we can go back to the field shack. We basically unlocked that location early on. What time is it actually? Yeah, this is part 1 of my guide. I'll be doing a part 2 probably tomorrow. I'll be streaming a different game also today. All right, so we're going to this side of the map. This place is actually very dangerous. There is Deathclaws actually in front of me somewhere. How do I know? It's happened before. They will murder you. So there's a companion shack here. That's a death claw, I think. That's a death. Oh, that's a problem. Ow! That's a gecko. Actually, geckos are dangerous. That's a gold gecko. They are just as equal pricks. Yeah, this side of the map has Deathclaws, Cazadors. There is basically Mirelurks in the water. So we're at the shack location, so we're good. Past the shack is Deathclaws. This is the shack of a companion, Raul. She's a Black Mountain. Also, there's another quarry here with Deathclaws. It's basically Deathclaw Quarry 2. It is dangerous. There is like an alpha. There's alpha Deathclaws there. Actually, there's something important. Actually, I would say do not eat certain food items in this game because it affects everything differently depending on the food item or like where you got it from. Oh, Xander root actually could be important later. I can't grab that actually. Oh, crap. Oh, that's a gecko actually. That's radiation I'm stepping on too. Oh, this is Vault 34 if I'm not. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's Vault 34 actually, right below me. It's surrounded by golden geckos, and the entrance is right there. That's a location we need later on. It's not mandatory, but I recommend it highly. But it's one of the most dangerous vaults to even enter. Here's Camp Golf. We're gonna run there because also if they see hostiles, they'll shoot at it. If they see it on tail, basically, which they probably will see it on tail. This is actually a part of a quest line to come back here. There's also stuff inside that you can steal Um, also, since we're in caution, everybody's gonna freak out around this.
Watch out! Whoa! Watch out!
Hello.
Also, right here is the lake. Basically, this water, it has no radiation. It's still natural. It's like naturally still clean water. I highly recommend using that water to drink instead of buying water that you have to use. So you can just fast travel there. Just make sure you're like safe to fast travel there. You know. Right there is the fort of the Legion. We cannot go there, however, until much later in the game. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to save here. And this is the side of the map I was talking about where Raul's Ranch was and the Deathclaw. We're going to explore this place as much as possible because it's lethal. I don't have equipment to fight anything. By the world? Right there was a star cap. I also have music taken off. Right there is also a skill book. Right there is a BB gun. I would probably not recommend using a BB gun in this game at all. It's not really going to probably do anything, let's be honest. At all to anything. What is that? That is Lake Lurks. Lake Lurks basically have this sonic head thing where it can actually shoot rays, death rays at you. They can kill you very easily. Keep that in mind. Especially at my level. There's so much more to talk about in this DLC. This DLC, that made no sense. How long has it been actually? Almost 2 hours. Let me talk about DLCs. So, like I mentioned, I'm gonna be doing all DLCs. The 4 DLCs is Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, Dead Money, and Lonesome Road. That is the order I'm going to play them. They're basically in chronological order. Each DLC is different, hard on its own level. Basically, they are hard on their own level. Each thing has different enemies. So, Honest Hearts, Old World Blues, and Dead Money, you cannot leave those DLCs until you complete it. Olsen Road's the only DLC you can come in and out of. Now, for Honest Hearts and Old World Blues, I recommend bringing your own weapons. However, those DLCs won't have the weapons you have. So if those weapons break, this is why weapon repair kits are important. But in Honest Hearts, there's a weight limit. In Honest Hearts, you can just basically speed check the guy to carry a little bit more weight. That's all you can do. A little bit more weight. It is weight restricted for Honest Hearts, so be wary of what you bring. Honest Hearts, Honest Hearts is basically a tribal war where they're trying to get with the Legion, basically one of them, so that they take out the new Canaanites, which you can help. We're gonna help them. The tribals we're fighting have guns. They use guns. They also have melee weapons, but when you get to the quest line, like the later quest line for Honest Hearts, they have anti-material rifles, which are very bad. That's very bad. Because you can reach the end of Honest Hearts without any stim packs or anything. It's happened to me. It can happen. Also, Honest Hearts does have Cazadors. They're their own Cazadors. I think they're much bigger than the normal size Cazadors. They will destroy you. So yeah, so Honest Hearts you have to finish, I believe. You will get attacked in the beginning of Honest Hearts. Basically in the beginning, like first 10 minutes. By those tribals, they have guns. There's a unique gun in that DLC that shoots 12.7. I would also recommend highly bringing probably a service rifle to repair it with. And bring 12.7 ammo. Or if you bring like materials to make ammo with you. Other than tribals, there's Cazadors, there is Yaguai. There is Yaguai in the game, which Yaguais, as you know, are like you've seen in Fallout 3. But this one, you only see Yaguai in like a DLC. There's also like Mirelurks, basically. There's a bunch of Cazadors in there. I have to be very careful. There is other unique weapons in Honest Hearts that they basically have a Tommy gun and M1911s. They have their own upgrades. There's also a thing where you can put casings on it. It's a club, basically. So 45 rounds and 12.7. But I'm gonna be bringing an anti-material rifle to that DLC. No, that's not happening. You can't get me on water. That's basically like a summary of Honest Hearts. It's not easy. The tribals can be very tough, the ones you're fighting. They are very tough animals. They do not play around. They're a tribe. They do have guns and stuff. Later on, they'll have anti-material rifles who can just one tap you. All right, a very big issue. Right here is another This is Camp Guardian. Very careful. The coyotes probably not the most dangerous thing, but they can come after you. If you get too close, like that's basically too close right there. Almost two with him. He got angry. Well, it's a warning. Just back up. That's a base barrier. That's a barrier. Then you have All War Blues. All War Blues is basically hell, because All War Blues is full technology warfare, basically, quite literally. It's a technological just warfare area. It is very dangerous. The Hell DLC is very dangerous. That you can bring as much as you want. That's what I'm going to be doing. That's why I want to get That's why I want to get the long haul perk first, basically. That's why I want to get the long haul perk as fast as possible. And anti-material for a bunch of stim packs and doctor bags. But there's also some unique stuff in there, so most of you are even. So let's see. What is the lowest highest? 22? We're gonna make everything 22 next, at least. No, keep here. I'm gonna go for survival. That's fine. I'm just exploring right now. By the time I explore, probably gonna be level 5. Probably. So that is Guardian Peak. I need to be very careful of Cazadors here. Right there, actually, in the back, you could kind of see. You can see a tower. There is camps over here also. Basically, they're protecting the entire flank from enemy attacks. The Legion. Oh, that's realistic. Can I? That's a foolish mistake. I died from that. So like, let me explain more about Overblues. So basically, I mentioned it's technology advance. On Overblues, you would get your brain, your heart, and your spine removed. Make sure you keep that. The reason is basically, I think because of that, you can no longer get basically crippled like that. So if you have no heart, you can no longer be poisoned. So with that, because you have no heart, you can no longer be poisoned. You have more strength of the spine, because when you think about it realistically, the spine is one of the things you use to lift. You know, your back, like lift with your legs, not your back. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Your spine is not replaced with like basically metal, so like it's much stronger. Um, um, so that helps with your like getting crippled by hits and stuff. Also, you have a head, you have no brain, so no more um no more your head can't get crippled because you don't have a head. Well, you don't have a brain anymore. They took it out. That's actually good. Um, so no brain, no more head crippling. Spine, I think your torso can no longer be your torso can no longer be crippled because you don't have a spine. It's replaced with something else. It gives you 1+ strength, if I'm not mistaken. Also, yes, it does actually. I know it does. And you have no heart, so you can no longer be poisoned. So Catadors can no longer poison you, but it can still hurt. They can still hurt you with their primary damage, but they can no longer poison you. That's actually a very big bonus. Also, the enemies in OR Blues are all basically technology advanced enemies. Robo Scorpions, Robo Dogs, Securitrons, there is Cazadors, Night Stalkers, because that's where Cazadors and Night Stalkers were actually created in Overworld Blues. They will destroy you. There's also a unique fly that shoots energy cannon plasma weapon. Night Stalkers and Cazadors. I really don't want to fight you guys. Just like leave me alone. Overloos does give you a unique sneak suit, so it can help with your sneak. There's also unique weapons, mostly like energy weapons type things. Let's see, Dead Money. I'll talk about Dead Money right now. Dead Money is actually the third DLC we'll be doing. Dead Money, I would say, is one of the scariest DLCs. So in Dead Money, there's a security system for basically the casino that foreign objects cannot be brought into the DLC. So in Dead Money, everything you have on you, except there's a unique item you could get in the game. It's unique, that cannot be taken away from you. You can bring it with you to the DLC. I'll get to show it later on. It would be very helpful in that DLC. It's Raw's talent from Lonesome Road. Not easy to get, by the way, because that thing is a one-tap Deathclaw. It will one-tap you, and it does not care what you think. So that's why we're going to be collecting landmines in the game. Make sure you save and keep every single mine you can get. Not every single mine. There's going to be different mines, obviously. I'll explain it. Basically, keep satchel charges or like C4 explosive IEDs, basically. Regular mines, plasma mines, basically those three. Even bottle cap mines. Keep those four. Every single one you get, make sure you save it. In Dead Money, as I mentioned, you cannot have all your weapons. They get all taken away because of the security system. So you'd be going to Dead Money with literally like nothing. The only thing you'll get is a bomb collar, a jumpsuit, and like a hollow rifle that's not really, I would say, good. I have to be very careful here because there's Deathclaw, there's Castors actually close by. Now this is one of the most important things about Dead Money is you have bomb collars on. So in that DLC, you have to work with 3 other people. You all have bomb collars. If one of you die, you all die. And you can actually piss off any of them. They are pretty easy to piss off, and that can affect actions later on. That is most of the area over here. I'm actually going to retreat. Now, Dead Money has its own weapons. I would probably Yeah, Dead Money also has ghost people, actually. They're basically people who got trapped by red mist inside their own suits. They have these suits that are really hard to take off, and they're basically trapped in it, and that's how they became basically ghost people. The only way to actually kill them is they have to take off a limb. You have to take off their limbs, at least one, and they're dead. If they go down, like you normally killed someone, they'll just get back up. You have to take a limb off of them, and then they're actually dead. That's how they work. Melee weapons are good, but they also have like high perception, so you could have like 10, well, it can have a high enough. You can have like 80 plus sneak and they don't really care what you think. Let's be honest. That's how they work. They can see you very easily. Also, keep in mind, when it comes to dehydration, limb damage, and what's that word called? When you're, it's a sleep word. I don't remember. Exhaustion. Being tired, basically. That actually does affect your special stats. Keep that in mind. And actually, now let's talk about Lonesome Road. Lonesome Road is also interesting. So Lonesome Road is basically my favorite DLC. It's basically a military installation location. Also, be very careful of these camps if you go close. Those are bombs on the ground, so they're like little dynamite charges. Lonesome Road, basically the military DLC. It's an old military installation location that's been basically nuked from basically something we may have done in the past. That mainly has former well, they're NCR Legion troops, but they no longer are basically allegianced. They're called, I forgot what they're called. They don't really care about the fight together. They do have guns. Each one has different guns. They're most likely going to be like marksman rifles. They also have Satchel C4 charges on the ground. That DLC also has Death Claws. These Death Claws, some of them are actually very much more dangerous than your. They are way more dangerous than like
Hey,
an
where the
Alpha.
hell do you think?
Um, um, there is a DLC in there. Not DLC in there. It's called. The hell's it called again? And not jump. Here's a place in Lonesome Road because you have to launch a nuke. This is what I love about it. You have to launch a nuke in the game to progress to the storyline, and it makes a location called the Courier's Mile. The Courier's Mile was actually the most, I would say, definitely top 3 most, probably top 5 dangerous locations in the game. Because that place has irradiated death claws and that's what they called markmen. They would not, it will destroy you, and also they could get healed by radiation, so that's why they're so dangerous. So let me go unlock Lonesome Road actually real quick. Gotta keep track of timing. Time does it get dark? It gets dark at like 7 o'clock, I think. Time over here is getting nuts. I'm gonna be going off Far Cry Primal in like an hour 15. There's Ghoul. That's a Ghoul right there. I need to go to the right side. This is actually very important. I need to stay to the right. That's a Bromer. That's higher than a regular one. Can you leave me alone? Thank you. Lonesome Road also, like I mentioned, does have death claws. There's actually a death claw in there. I mentioned him before. He's called Roar. He's one of the top 3, I would say top 4 most dangerous death claws. He's an animal. He's a very scary death claw. He can one tap you. Come on, unlock. Done with you. He's a death claw that can one tap you, and that's how you get his talon. If you kill him, his talon's unique. You can actually bring it to dead money. So instead of doing dead money like 3rd, you can do dead money 4th if you want to. If you don't really care about the storyline, I'm going to do that later on to actually show you how crazy it is. In my other playthrough, when I get to the Legion, like Mr. House or, Yes Man, I'll do it. I'll show you how crazy it is going to be, because if you have a high enough melee, which I would do that would be a very lethal weapon. There's also other unique enemies in there. They're called tunnelers. They can gather up on you and annihilate you. They can take on death claws. It wasn't a coyote that's hostile. It's something else. I'm gonna flank around from the top if I can. If we can try to get it a bit out of bounds in a sense. Because I really don't want to touch this location since it has ghouls and a lot of radiation. The guy's not happy to see me. I do want to discover that location on the side because I'm gonna attempt to look. I can't obviously discover everything as soon as possible. So it's we're gonna go ahead and unlock Nipton. We're not gonna really touch Nipton because there's a thing we're gonna start there. When you get to this police station on the side, be very careful. There's a gang here. I think one of them is definitely alert to my presence. There's like 2 of them right there around the corner because they're waiting to ambush someone. Unlock shield. Let's get out of here. I think that's pretty much. I think I mentioned mostly everything, but not really. I will be teaching you guys how to take on Deathclaw Quarry actually later on when I get anti-material rifles and all that. I'll be teaching you how to get anti-material rifles basically. Well, I don't really teach that. You need to get 8,000 caps, stuff like that. I'm going to show you how to get anti-material rifle. This machine, the recon beret. I probably recommend. You can use explosives, but I mentioned it's hardcore. So if you can just kill yourself. Just blow off a limb in this game with a grenade launcher. You're just dead immediately. Uh, right here is actually there's a quest line here. This is one of the initial quest lines you would actually do if you play this game by quest line. This is one of the very first quest lines you can actually do. So basically, like I mentioned, we're doing NCR. So for NCR, we're gonna do the quest here. There's two NCR quest line here. One of them is go to Nipton. That's where you meet the Legion. It's basically a scouting quest, and then there's also one to clear out a road for caravans. We're gonna do the updated security radio call codes and reports of things at basically the called an outpost, I think. Hold on. Ranger stations, that's what they're called. They do all the radio codes for that and the reports. We're gonna help out up here. The ranger station, Bitter Springs. There's a quest line over there. We do have to kill Mr. House if you choose to. You just kill him or just leave him there, exposed to germs, bacterial. Ooh, all right. That's a scorpion. I failed to realize that. Oh, there's scorpions out here. Do not go down the center of the road. On the left side, there's houses right there. There's a Viper gang over there. They're gonna try to ambush you. Do not do it. There's also a scorpion behind me. Scorpions can actually poison you, so that's why I'm basically bunny hopping away, so it does not kill me. We have to deal with the Brotherhood of Steel, the Great Khans, Mr. House, the Kings. The Boomers is mandatory as well. Those basically are all mandatory. I'm unlocking Nipton. I'm not gonna touch that anymore. Let's go to here. We're going to go unlock the Brother Steel bunker. I'm gonna tell you exactly which one it is. We need to go unlock the prison as well. We got the prison's right around the corner right there. Actually, we need Black Mountain. It's mandatory for Brotherhood of Steel. We're gonna be doing a Brotherhood of Steel quest line and the Great Khans quest line. The Kings also. We're gonna gain all their trust, and also the Boomers as well. They're mandatory. Yeah, I think the Boomer. Yeah. Oh yes, yes, they are. That is unfortunate. There's a landmine there, or that was actually a dynamite charge. There's also a Brotherhood Steel questline, side quest lines actually, with a member of the Brotherhood and actually another action, like 2 members more. That's why we're gonna get the items early on. I'm gonna tell you exactly where all the items are that you need. I think that's the time I'm going to stream a different game actually around 6. It did get to dark today about 6, almost 6:40, I think. So when I changed my schedule, it was like 5, I think, and I was going to change to like or hour 40. This is Hidden Valley. This is where the Brotherhood is. Let me go discover all this. I have more to discover here also. I will be right back. All right, folks, I'm back. Also, Kaz, I see you. Being quiet, probably doing something. All right. I'm running out of doctor's bags. I gotta be very careful where I step next. Actually, you can't work for the powder gangers as well. We're gonna be doing that because there's a thing. I don't know how many people actually know this, but you can actually you can actually raid the NCRF, basically inside prison. I'm missing something over here. Well, I'm breathing hard a little bit. I'll be fine. What's over here? I would highly recommend try to save as much. I would recommend be stealthy as much as possible in this game. All right. You know, make sure you have like, all right, it might be crazy numbers, but like have over 200 stim packs, Radaway, Radex, doctor's bags. Keep in mind that all has weight. Make sure you bring the appropriate weapons, so like the appropriate fight. Anti-material rifle I'm going to be using. And a battle rifle. That's like would be like my two main weapons. Also, where is she? There's a merchant. There's a merchant right there. Right there is Veronica. She has a power fist. It gets dark out, so I think that's gonna be my streaming schedule now. Maybe 6:40 to 1 a.m. Not a bad number. Maybe it's about 5-something hours of streaming. Not bad. I think I'm gonna do a New Vegas guide every day, and another half of the day it's gonna be a new game, which is Far Cry Primal right now. That Boulder City right in front of me. Yes. This is an area where we're going to do a quest line, Boulder City. It's actually a quest with a Great Khans and NCR standoff. Right here is the Lonesome Drifter. He actually has a unique weapon. It is the mysterious Magnum, stuff like that. So he's believed to be the son of the mysterious stranger, I think. Because he has the gun. It's a 44 Magnum, I believe. 44 mag. The hell? You saw that, right? That's a broken enemy in the game. Oh, I gotta be careful. There's gang members over there that will love to come shoot at you. Yeah, there's gang members there. They'll ambush you at that sign. Why does my mic sound like that? I wonder why I sound like maybe it's too close to my mouth. Maybe it's the way I talk. Ah, look at that stick drift. I got stick drift on my controller. That's not a good idea. So beautiful, right? I think I'm learning how to fix controllers.
This is a restricted area. Or you're a Legion spy. No. Then again, our ex.
I don't. It's all right because I started that quest line. Doesn't really matter. The controller drifted again. That's nice. Looks like I might have to buy a new controller, folks. Later on, at least it's looking up. Not like, oh, I've had worse stick drift. That location is that Gibson Scrapyard is important for about 2 quest lines. Yeah, I think it's 2 quest line. We're gonna go there later on. Right there, in that dinosaur, there's a quest line to get the beret. To get the beret, it gives you 5% critical chance. Well, 5+ critical chance. We're gonna stack our guns to make more critical damage. Also, there's 3 techniques you can actually learn in this game. Unarmed combat melee techniques. Also, something else that's coming up. So right in this general direction we're going, there is a unique varmint weapon called the Rat Slayer. It's a varmint rifle with permanent attachments, a night vision scope, suppressor, and extended mag. Right in front of us is an enemy camp of gang members. Do not attack that. One of them has a grenade launcher. I've tried to do it before. I've got absolutely demolished. Something's trying to get me, I think. Actually, there's another quest line area next there. It's a part of a quest line. You don't have to go there if you want to. It's up to you. Right here is a loot location, actually. Right there is a wrecked highwayman car, and there's loot in the back truck. it's 9:16. So I'll stop this at. And I said the wrong time, by the way. Don't listen to that. I said the wrong time. I'll stop at 7:30 and then like a 30-minute break before I stream. Actually, I might stream afterwards immediately. So. Also, I do have, like I mentioned with one of the packs I have, the caravan pack, it does give you a Vault-13 canteen. So that's why I'm able to get water a little bit. That's a goal I actually don't want to attack, or, you know. All right. Over here is a unique weapon location. It is a rat slayer I was talking about. So right here is the Brockflower Cave. That cave has the rat slayer. Now it has enemies in there. They're called rouses. What is a rouse exactly? It's a rodent of unusual size. That's what they basically are. They're bigger rats, rodents. They can definitely mess you up. Keep that in mind. They will mess you up. This side of the map is actually pretty dangerous. I'd say it's dangerous, but not like pretty dangerous. Some other areas I want to go to. One of these mines and locations have an area where you can get a unique armor set. Well, it's a part of a unique armor set. Oh, this is Searchlight. We're heading up to. Basically, the Legion made a dirty bomb, which is something very lethal, just like they exist in real life, kind of. Well, they do actually, but it's highly dangerous. You just die immediately. They basically made a radiation bomb and just blew it up in town. Just everybody get irritated. I'm gonna retreat actually. I don't really want to fight you. These guys are actually. Hey, Jesus Christ, he's chasing me. Come on. How are you doing this? I think this is one of the last locations of the show before I almost. Well, I stream soon. This is going to be very important. Wait, isn't Cottonwood Cove down over there? I'm pretty sure it is, actually. Yes, it is. We're going to a sniper nest. This sniper nest is very important. It's where we're going to store our items. I always do it because I think people in this game can actually go to inside your box. Or if there's I think, probably not, but they can go inside your stash. I know they could do it in Fallout 4, I think. So they don't take your stash and like your own weapons. I think they don't. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they don't do that, but how I think. I could keep my stuff in this area far away, and actually, it's a pretty good location. Depending where you choose, because like I mentioned, enemy rate. Like if you piss off the NCR Legion at a certain point, they'll send raiding parties to you, but they'll meet you in certain locations. Yeah, basically like that. And I like this location. Pretty secluded. That's it right there. I'm pretty sure. I know it is. It's basically... There's a sniper nest. It's right here. Almost at the bottom right of the map. Right next to Camp Searchlight. This is Cottonwood Cove with a Legion. And... there's a unique weapon over here, but it's in a very hard lock case. So, I recommend doing this. This is what I like to do. You don't have to do it. I do it. There's a bed. There is no water like fountain thing or anything like that. Cool. But there's a lake next to there, but that's Legion territory. There's a campfire to learn stuff. Here's a campfire, for example. You can make chems. I would recommend getting Hydra whenever you get Survival 75. Hydra restores your limbs. That's basically like another basically that's another doctor bag. party temp mentats. I recommend that. Be careful not to take too much chems because it can mess up. If you get addicted to it, it will mess up. It will mess up your. You get withdrawals and messes up your stats. You can also make armor, like gecko armor and stuff like that, if you want to. Never seen anybody really do it, actually. This is one item I recommend highly. Caravan lunches, but you need survival 30. It's the stuff to make it is very easy. Cram, Instamatch, lunchbox. I know locations you could just get those. I recommend banana yucca. Don't do barrel cactus because it takes some endurance. None of that. Anti-venom if you get poisoned, which was like a will. Mass purify water. You do need glass pitchers and dirty water and surgical tubing. But this requires different stuff. It does. This one's actually interesting. I never done this rushing water, but you need jet and purified water. Good stuff in here. What I like to do here is, right next to this case, I like to use the ammunition box as stuff I'm keeping. But I switch over to the gun case later on because I'm going to use the gun case. I use the gun case later on when I can unlock it as my main storage. I'll use the ammunition and stuff I'm going to sell. So like, cigarettes in this game are actually pretty much good caps. I'm going to sell the coffee mug, the pots, drinking glass. I don't need these bottles. Syringes, keep syringes for snip packs. Sell you. Keep medical braces. I think you need that for certain items. Make sure you keep that. Pile of lights. It's good prices. Pre-money warning doesn't really weigh anything, so I'll keep you. Tin cans, actually. Tin cans for ammunition later on. When you get the perk. I'm gonna sell that. Wait, what? I realized what I just did. I used this for my personal stash. Don't worry about it. Damage resistance of 8. This gives the highest, but it gives me less agility. I'm going to use like a 730. I'll do this later actually. Yeah, so basically thanks for watching. I'm like I mentioned, I'm restarting the guide. I'm gonna be doing another stream in like the next 30 minutes anyway. Thanks everybody for watching my new Vegas guide, and hopefully it helps you out on this journey of me doing it. Or I will be doing Fallout 4 Survival right after. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure I saved. And I would catch you guys for Far Cry Primal Part 2.